nice suit.
Oh, I got it 40% off. If we go back to your place, maybe we can get it 100% off. Oh, okay. What's up, everybody? Jared here with another motorcycle sword fight of a movie review. Now, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and bell icon to stay up to date on this channel's newest reviews, reactions, and ridiculousness. So we're on to the third movie in this John Wick franchise, properly named John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. John Wick is on the run after the events of Chapter 2. With no help, he attempts to make things right, all while a $14 million bounty is on him. So does Chapter 3 do everything right and then some? Let's find out. But before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys think of John Wick 3 Parabellum in the comments down below. Is this latest installment even better than the first two, or are they really pushing this John Wick thing a little too far? Now let's get into some of the good. John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum has no right being this good for a third installment in any sort of franchise. I mean, even just an action franchise in general. Like, this is probably one of the better action movies we've gotten in the last, 10 years. The first two movies in this John Wick franchise, we've gotten fist fights and gun fights. I mean, they've been great, don't get me wrong. But this one, Chapter 3, expands upon that a little bit more, stretches them out, and it's really just fun to watch all of this stuff play out. And the thing that they added into this was creativity. They made a lot of the fight scenes a lot more creative. You know, John Wick here is dealing with environmental aspects or objects, you know, horses, dogs, hell, even a belt. You really have to appreciate the fight choreography, the stunt coordinators in this movie, because I guarantee that they just had a blast choreographing, setting all of this up, because it plays out so well. And I thought a lot of the kind of world expansion or building the lore of this franchise was done in the second movie. No, I was wrong. They expand upon this John Wick franchise, this assassin underworld, even more in this third installment. The story dives a little bit more into the kind of the head honchos of this assassin underworld. You get a little bit of kind of an inception or origin story of John Wick's character, some characters from his past, and even an HR department for this assassin underworld. Yeah, there's an HR department. Okay, so you let him go, you gave him a gun. What happened? You got shot twice. Whoa, boo-hoo. Believe me, it sounds ridiculous, but it works. And since more characters were at the forefront of this John Wick Chapter 3 movie, the performances were some of the things that really stood out to me. Obviously, Keanu Reeves reprises his role as John Wick. He does a great job. This one, he's a more beaten down man because he's exhausted from the first two movies. But he does a great job at kind of, you know, bringing that ferocity into these fight scenes, but also showing that, you know, he's tired of this. He wants this to be done. And newcomer to the franchise, Halle Berry, turns in a solid performance here. You know, she's very much this kind of like, hey, I'm out of this fold, I'm running my own Continental now. But John Wick, you know, they've had a past, there's history between the two of them, so she has to work with him. And again, it is a nice added dynamic, her character dealing with John Wick's character. And Ian McShane's character gets a little bit more in this one. Obviously, he's the head honcho or the runner of the New York Continental, but in this one, he's able to step up. You know, there's a little bit more revealed about his character, and you find out how kind of devoted or patriotic towards the Continental he is. And lastly, the coloring and lighting is on par with the franchise. You know, in this one, they kind of do a little bit of creative things as well with the lighting. You know, John Wick running through lighting shops. There's a forge, there's security lights, and I like the creativity that they use. Obviously, there's kind of a template that they've used with the previous films, and it's again in this one, there's these bright kind of neon lights contrasting against the dark asphalt, dark city nightlife. They have an aesthetic for this franchise, and I'm on board for it. Believe me, John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum is one of the best action movies out there right now, one of the best ones we've gotten in the last few years. And if I had to ding this movie for anything, I would maybe say a plot point or two in this movie. It didn't really flow with the rest of the story. Like, for example, there's one part where John Wick goes into the desert. He meets a few characters that are maybe gonna play into a future installment. I like how they're planting these seeds, but it didn't really add to this specific movie. And maybe some of the humor, like, I thought it was subtle, I thought it was very well placed in between the action set pieces, but some people that want this, like, hardcore, just action, serious movie, they might not like it, you know, because they're in the middle of a fight, and then like these two assassins or whatever start talking to John Wick like he's this celebrity of this assassin world. I thought it worked. Some people, you're probably not going to like it. Overall, John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum is a top-notch action movie and makes for one of the best trilogies out there. With some of the best and creative fight choreography, expanding on the world a little bit more, solid performances, and again, that beautiful lighting and aesthetic. But with some plot points not entirely landing and maybe some humor that doesn't entirely land for everyone. I would highly recommend checking out John Wick Chapter 3. I mean, this is one of the best movies of 2019 in my opinion. And honestly, it's one of the best movies I've seen in the last couple years. In closing, I'm going to give John Wick Chapter 3 4.7 out of 5 John Wick's riding horses. So what do you guys think of John Wick Chapter 3? I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos up there, you know, movie reviews, trailer reactions, fun comedy skits. Tomorrow, actually, I'm going to be dropping my ranking of these 3 John Wick movies. Stay tuned for that. Follow all of my social media stuff down there. Click that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon to stay up to date on this channel's newest content. And until next time, I'll see you later.